As we take a live look right now, that is New York City. Just one of several U.S. cities covered in dangerous smoke. That's because hundreds of wildfires are burning across Canada right now. The smoke is spreading out across the East Coast, triggering some severe air quality alerts.
That's right. The Big Apple and the nation's capital are both covered in smoke. Air quality in those cities are among the worst in the entire world. Schools in New York City and Washington canceled all outdoor activities. The air quality is also extending south to the Carolinas and west to Cleveland and Indianapolis. Now, health experts are warning against exercising outside and urging people to wear high-quality masks.
The fine particulate matter in the air can get into people's lungs, cause inflammation, and worsen conditions like asthma, chronic lung disease, or underlying heart conditions.
The unhealthy air is expected to stick around for the next few days as officials in Canada say that hundreds of intense fires there continue to burn. Yesterday, the air quality in New York City was among the worst since the 1960s. Air quality alerts are something that we are used to here in Houston.
Pat Kaplan, are we seeing any impacts here?
So we're not seeing any impacts here, and I'll show you exactly what this looks like, because we do have the air quality alert in place here at home, but it has nothing to do with what's going on up in the Northeast. And you can actually see this on the satellite loop. That grayish, brownish plume there, that's the wildfire smoke coming down from Canada and across the Great Lakes. The white there, that indicates cloud coverage, but that is just smoke there moving across the Northeast. Where is it coming from? Those big wildfires, over 400 now, burning out of control. And it's being carried down the Northeast along the edge of that area of low pressure that's over the Canadian Maritimes. That's pulling all that smoke into the big cities from Hartford to New York, into Philly and D.C., causing that toxic air. I mean, this is so bad that they're actually sending people home from work early. They're telling people to stay inside because the air is not just unhealthy to sensitive people. It's unhealthy and even close to hazardous for a lot of folks here in the New York City area, back off across portions of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And again, this has been in place for a good portion of the day. And you can see it's really in that quarter there that's coming in with that wildfire smoke from Quebec. It's really just that very isolated area where that smoke has been. Here at home, our air quality is not great, but it's nothing like that. The one spot of interest here is down towards the ship channel where we get into the sensitive group. So by the numbers, when you break it down, New York City's air quality is in the upper 300s to lower 400s. To give you an idea of where we are, generally we're about 50 to 150. That's where our air quality typically is here in Houston. Today we're in the 102 level, which again is sensitive for those groups that maybe have respiratory issues. So what's going on here? You know, are we seeing what they're dealing with in the Northeast? The short answer is no. Big ridge of high pressure over the central portions of the United States. That's keeping the air stagnant and allowing pollutants to accumulate near the ground. That's what's driving our poor air quality. Up in the Northeast, it's the wildfire smoke, and in between both of these, you've got the jet stream, which separate both. It's two separate air quality issues. For us, it's air pollution. For them, it's wildfire smoke, and we're not expecting that wildfire smoke to come down to this area at all in the next few days. The good news, though, for the I-95 corridor, as that low retrogrades to the west, they are expecting to catch a break there. Unfortunately, as the fires burn on Tim, the worst of it expected to move farther to the west through Toronto, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. So this is going to be a big story here as we go through the next few days. But our air quality pretty much staying status quo.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we've got that ridge sitting overhead and getting stronger in the coming days. So that means we're not able to mix out that ozone that's hanging on near the surface. So unhealthy for sensitive groups, likely right into the upcoming weekend.